Let's get it. Oh, let's move on. We talked about the guys that we know. We talked about the guys that headline that everybody knows. Who are the guys that are just off of the list, but that might be the Mr. Irrelevant, the Brock Purdy's? Who are the guys that we need to pay attention if they once they get on a team and if they're able to play, they might shock us.
To me, Jake Haener, what he did at the Senior Bowl, screams sleeper, 4th, 5th, 6th round quarterback that would light it up if given the opportunity. Max Duggan would be a 2nd or 3rd round guy if he didn't have that heart issue earlier in his life. That's pushing him down the draft boards. But, I mean, we saw the kid can ball. He's never out of a game. If you got him in a spot where he could play and had some pieces around him, that's dangerous. And Stetson Bennett, man. I mean, all the kid's done is win. Yeah. All he's done is win.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's a guy that if given a shot, I can't doubt him. Right. He's been doubted his entire life, and he's shown up every step of the way. Okay. It's just you can't deny him anymore.
No, you're absolutely right. And look, I was number one. You can ask Anthony this. After they won last year, I was number one on that bandwagon. That fluke. That defense was absolutely amazing. He couldn't do it, and what did he do? He came back and proved me and everybody else wrong. Balled out. You have to give this guy an opportunity. Back-to-back national champions. Like, you have to give this guy the respect that he deserves. And I'm right there with you. And the other side is he's 25. He's older. Yep. You know what I mean? It's just I know for me from 2021 to 25, there was a very different mindset on certain things. You know what I mean? I'm thinking a little bit more about my future. I'm thinking a little bit more about creating something for, a legacy and things like that, as opposed to when I came right out of college at 21, where it's like, yo, the party's still going. You know what I mean? So I honestly think with what he's done, and let's shout out Kirby Smart. Let's shout out the coaching staff of Georgia that has prepared him for a lot of that. I mean, we know about the Tennessee game with the phone call. I can't see it. Okay. With the phone call.
That's still one of my favorite moments of the year.
Exactly. And that's the thing. You have to have a certain kind of discipline to be able to deal with that and come out and have the performance that you had. I mean, this guy time and time again has shown us that he can do it. And now going back and looking obviously at that, he had the little drunken public and all that. That's a man being a man. Like I can't even dog on that, because when I look back at that situation, I had to be like, he is 25. He just graduated from college and he got 2 national championships under his belt with everybody telling him he couldn't do it. Oh yeah, I get sloppy too. You know what I mean?
That was a guy just feeling himself a little too much.
Right. So you have to give that guy an opportunity. You just keep coming, Stetson to the Rams.
Now that's not unrealistic.
It could happen.
I think Stetson Bennett might go 3rd round.
Ooh, early.
I think he might have climbed up that high. He had a good combine. I mean, the tape is undeniable. He is smaller, so there's that knock. But I think somebody might give him a chance early.
Oh, I like that. For me, my sleepers, I've mentioned him. Obviously, Aiden O'Connell out of Purdue. Yeah. Didn't get that much attention this past year, but I mean, if you saw him 2 years ago, the guy was lights out. A guy that you mentioned a week ago, Dorian
Thompson Robinson.
Yeah, Dorian Thompson Robinson. Look at UCLA. I loved watching him. I mean, the fact that he can dot it down the field, but he can also make you miss. There's one play where he's kind of done scrambling over to the right, and he's running right up against this guy, and he does a quick little jump cut. Yeah. Both guys collide, and he just walks into the end zone. I'm like, ooh, okay.
You want to know what's insane?
What's up?
I'm pretty sure he was in the same high school recruiting class as Trevor Lawrence.
What? Oh, wow. Okay.
Because of the COVID year, he got the 6th year.
Right.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was the same recruiting classes, because those Elite 11 quarterback camps or whatever. I'm pretty sure they were at the same one. Lawrence, Fields, DTR. I think they were all at the same one.
Oh, I believe it. And I love what he brings to the table. Here's somebody, and we're talking about sleepers. I just feel like I've been watching this guy since he went to the school out of the University of Louisville. The poor man's Lamar Jackson, Malik Cunningham, if he can stay healthy. if you could put him at the right team. And I know there's a lot of X factors that have to come with it, but I really kind of feel like this guy has a gift because he more than Lamar, in my opinion, he more than Lamar can throw. He's more of a I don't want to say more of a quarterback. I don't want to get caught up in that, but he's more of
a pure thrower.
There you go. Yes, more of a pure thrower to where he might not have the crazy, ability like Lamar when it comes to running. He could still make you miss. But I just feel like he has more of a cannon and more of a pure thrower, like you said. His mechanics are a little bit better. And he's somebody that if he gets on a team early that's not good, that could be the end of it. He could be out in 2-3 years, or he could be just bumping from team to team to team. But this is a guy that if you get him on the right organization that maybe sits him for a year, maybe goes to the Rams where he can build up, and by the time they get a line and all these pieces,
a kid like that.
I'm telling you, with those weapons. So I really want to look at Malik Cunningham coming out this year and see where he falls, to see where he goes. Is there anybody else? I know we've talked about Tanner McKee, but for us, he's kind of like right outside the top 5. Is there anybody else on this list? I'm trying to think who's on this list. I know Adrian Martinez is on this list.
Yeah.
Jaron Hall.
Yep.
I know our guy, Mr. Foobs, North Sports Dynasty, has been shouting his praises for a good portion this year.
I would have liked to see him stay back another year personally.
I thought he would. You and I were going back and forth on that. Like, is he going to stay? Is he going to go?
He officially, at first he said he was staying, and then he declared late. That's what it was. Like, he declared and then was like, no, I'm staying. No, I'm actually going. Yeah, I would have liked to see him stay another year. I'm just trying to think if there's any other sleeper quarterbacks.
So I'm gonna throw a name to you in the Big Ten. He's been there for 100 years. Sean Clifford. I put up one of the clips of us talking about him on YouTube and had a Penn State fan like come at me like, dude, he sucks. He's been here for years. He's not da-da-da. And I went back to him and I said, I know. I've seen the tape, and he might not be one of these top 10 guys. The guy is gritty. The guy is a field general. The guy can come back from adversity. And he had a 5-star nip it at his heels his last year.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like wins
on a top 10 team in the country.
Right. So I feel like people will look at the Ohio States and the Michigans, and Penn State wasn't able to get the job done against them, but you can't critique him for that. I mean,
he went toe to toe with Ohio State for 50 minutes, and then the last 10 minutes they threw the game away. But
and that's what I'm saying. You got to give this man his due, man. And you put him on a team, he's one of those guys that I feel like could come in there mid-season when the quarterback maybe have gone down, and he could win you 2 or 3 games. And it might not be pretty, but he'll gut it out for you where they're having to pick him up off the field, but he's still driving you down the field. I really think so. What do you think? I mean, do you think, obviously not like top 4 or 5 or 4 or 5 rounds maybe, but maybe 4th, 5th, 6th round?
I think, 5th, 6th, 7th, maybe one of those first undrafted quarterbacks. He reminds me a lot of a Brock Purdy, Jimmy Garoppolo, one of those guys in the sense that they don't do anything great. They're not elite at anything, but they're solid at everything.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's a guy where, like you said, you get him and your quarterback goes down for a few weeks, and he can hold you above water. You're not going to be like, oh, crap, we're screwed. Because you've got him, he gives you a shot. I think he's going to be a great backup throughout the entirety of his NFL career. I do believe that.
He reminds me of having the heart of my guy, Taylor Heineke. You know what I mean? He doesn't have all the attributes. He's not going to sit here and wow you. But if you need it and it's on the line, he's going to get those guys riled up, and he's going to lead them down the field and at least give you an opportunity to win the game. Yep. So that's why I think Scott said is Cunningham relative to a passing developed player. No, he's not the son of Randall Cunningham. I don't think there's any connection at all.
I don't think so, because I think we would have heard of that if it was the case, but
Yeah, the prize we're giving you is the knowledge, my friend. The knowledge. All right, that's a gift for free. Sir. Let's go.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.